Good evening, everybody. I hope you're well. Or, in fact, it's good afternoon to England and good morning to the States, I imagine. So, first of all, thank you very much, Jilly, for inviting me to go live in your group. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm hoping everything's going to go smoothly. I've been trying to feed my little one since about 6, knowing that I needed to get him filled up so this live would be okay. My husband's just taking him for a walk around the block because he's just decided he's not hungry. And what he likes to do sometimes is wait until I'm live or in a meeting and then decide he's hungry. And he doesn't like me to feed him at the same time as I talk at the moment either. So all in all, not the best cocktail of things, I guess. So I'm just going to quickly see if I can invite anyone here. And also on this live, I can never see if anyone's watching. So if you are watching, please do say hello. And if you watch on replay, hashtag replay, please. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Sophie. Hello Chanel! Yay, I've got a watcher! My name's Sophie and I am the founder of KC Marketing Creations. More recently, I specialise only in Facebook ads. Hi Matt, thanks for tuning in. So today I want to talk about how to know when Facebook ads are right for your business, because what I hear a lot is people saying Facebook ads don't work, they didn't work for them, so they've tried and failed. And I think a lot of the time it's for a reason, it's not just that they didn't work. If it didn't work, then I don't think 2 billion businesses or however many would use it. I can't even remember how many billions of dollars was spent in advertising revenue last year. It's just incredible. If it didn't work, businesses wouldn't do it, basically. So, but there are times when you shouldn't do it. So first of all, I don't know, is it just you guys watching? Has anyone run Facebook ads before? Matt, have you ever run Facebook ads before? Just to give me an idea. I'm very aware that it's going to get dark quickly as well. I normally go live at 6 p.m. and it's 7 p.m. now, so I'm not sure how quickly it's going to get dark, but I've got this little torch so I can have a little flashlight on me. So, yay, it works a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go on the assumption that no one's run any ads anyway. But yeah, so I guess there's 3 main areas that you really need to look at before you start running ads. The first thing I will say is you need to have nailed your target audience. Now this may sound like really obvious to some of you, and especially if you're here, if you've been working with Jilly, she would have taken you through that like a million times over, I'm absolutely sure. But it's really important to do that. And okay, good to know, Matt. Yeah, that's really good to know, thank you. Yes, sorry, I need to stop distracting myself. So yeah, you need to know who your target audience are. You need to make sure you've got your ICA, and I don't just mean like you don't need to have an idea of who buys from you, but you need to really know. You need to know everything about them, like where they hang out. That's a really major one, because if you haven't done that, it might turn out they don't even hang out on Facebook. Instagram might be their thing, or they might just prefer email, things like that. You need to really know your audience. You need to know what kind of language they speak, because again, this is something Jilly will have done with you, but in your sales copy, like, you need to reflect the way they talk to you. You need to talk back to them in that same way. And you just need to know the frustrations and pain points, so that what you're offering them is what they really need. And these will seem like really obvious things, but I've seen so many business owners with an idea, and an idea that someone's going to like their idea, not knowing anything really, and going straight into sales, and then wondering why it doesn't work when the people they're talking to aren't interested in what they've got to offer. So that's like a really important factor. But the next thing, which is my absolute main thing, is the product or service that you're selling. Like, you have to have sold it before organically. That is an absolute must. So just so you're trying to sell a product and you've never actually sold it before, you can't turn to Facebook ads and be like, yeah, I'm going to put £1,000 on this, it's definitely going to sell, because the chances are if you couldn't sell it organically, you're not going to sell it with ads. And on top of that, to really like succeed with Facebook ads, you need to know your figures. You need to know how many people, so you need to know how many of your web visitors, for example, convert. So when you know that, you know how much traffic you've got to drive there in the first place. You need to know how many of your leads, when you do get leads, turn into sales. So you obviously know, so you know how many people you need to get on the phone first before you actually, you know, how many you're going to convert. And then you also need to know which content you used previously that converted. So you need to know which Chanel, we learned that the hard way as an agency. It is true. We were cursed, the opposite of blessed. We were cursed with a couple of startup ideas who we went along with and ran some ads for them on the assumption that they had sold their product before and they knew who their audience was. And then we didn't get the results we wanted, and we wondered why. And then it turned out, oh yeah, no, this is just an idea. I've never actually sold it before. I've never had one person interested in my product. I just thought I would put the pressure on you to sell it for me. Yeah, that's why I'd say this so much now. It's like, it is pretty much like a disclaimer. Like, if you can't sell it, then I can't sell it for you. Simple as that. And I know I'm good at what I do, but I'm not that good. I can't perform miracles. So yeah, you need to know the kind of content that converts. So what do your audience respond the most to? Do they respond to images, videos? Do they respond to funny things? Do they respond to soft things? Is it is it really personal things that they respond to? What sells? Because if you don't know like what content is gonna sell, then you're gonna be spending hundreds, thousands even, testing different things. Whereas if you've been running organic content like religiously, consistently, then you're gonna already know exactly what content works. So you're saving yourself so much money in the process just by doing it properly in the first place and not just rushing into ads. And then the third major thing you need to know is you need to know your funnel already. So you need to know where, like organically, so where all of your traffic comes from, where your leads come from. You need to know where in your funnel they fall off. So there are ways of looking at that with Google Analytics and things, so you can start looking at why it is they were falling off, what needs to be improved, what needs to be tested, like landing pages and things. You need to know and where it is they convert. So what are your wins, where they are? Is it when they go to your website, as far as like your stats are and things, like are they already in the bag, or do they need to like be a lead first, or do you need to actually get them into your email list first and then send them multiple emails? Like, you need to know exactly your funnel. You need to know the exact journey that everyone takes and where the magic happens, so that you can use that to your advantage and build your campaign and build your strategy surrounding that, so that you're putting your money on the strongest parts that you already know work. And then finally, for all of that to actually work and happen, you need to make sure you've got your tracking in place. And that sounds so obvious as well, but there's so, like, with Chanel, me and Chanel, we work with quite a big company on one project that's still ongoing pending Corona. But these are like a huge company, and obviously I'm not going to say who they are, but they have not even set up a pixel on their website. And yet their budget it's a lot, isn't it, Chanel? And they're not even interested in tracking the people who are visiting their website after spending thousands and thousands of pounds to get that traffic there. And they don't even know what products people are interested in, nothing. And they're not interested in it either. They're just interested in the vanity stats, looking pretty on Facebook and like Instagram and having lots of likes and things. But that's not going to get you sales. You need to know what works on your website. You need to know where people go, where what people are interested in. You need to know what content works, all of that. So those three things together, if you've nailed all of those things, so you've got your audience down to a T, you've sold loads of your products, you know, you're winning, you know exactly who wants to buy it, how they buy it, you know, how many people you need for it to sell, then that is when you should start running ads, because, well, assuming that they are on Facebook, your audience. And also, just if you are selling to businesses, don't be put off and think they're not on Facebook, because, like, oh yeah, the business isn't on Facebook. The crazy town. the decision maker is going to be on Facebook, basically. If they're not, then the chances are they're on Instagram. Just know where they are, and that's where you need to be putting your message, basically. So yeah, if you've got all of those, you've nailed all of those things, then that's when it is you that's when you need to start running ads, basically. So I just wanted to give you a few ideas. So before you should start running any ads, you just need to make sure you ask yourself, how much, like what are you selling and how much does it cost? Because if it's like a very high priced thing, then even at this point you're still not going to be able to go in and run campaigns for it. Like, it's in one campaign. You know, if it's high ticket, you're gonna need different levels. You need to look at your funnel. I'm sure hopefully you guys will understand about your sales funnels now. So when you've got people at the top of the funnel, you know, you need to warm them up. But obviously with something, if you're offering good value and it's just an email address you're asking for, then a lot of the time they won't need warming up. You have to sort of work that out yourself, like how willing, you know, how valuable is it for a start, and also how personal is it. If it's something personal, then people might be less inclined to give their email address without warming up. So you need to understand how easy it is for them to convert. And again, you use your organic data to know that. So, hey lovely, hello again. Michelle was just live on my group a minute ago. So yes, hello again. Yeah, so you need to know, like, say, how many times how warmed up people need to get before they convert, and you'll get all that from your organic data. And so, the top tips I would give you with these is, so if it's high value, then you should warm up your audience first. You can retarget them if they don't convert the first time, because retargeting campaigns are like really, really crucial for anything high value, because people need to see you. It's, you know, like and trust. They need to see you on average about 7 times before they'll even remember your brand. So if you're just running a campaign and then not getting sales from it, then don't just give up. Just show them it again 3 or 4 times more, and then you'll probably just see them shoot up. And the other thing is, retargeting campaigns are so cheap as well. So yeah, if it's high value, you just need to make sure you're focusing. Hello, Rafa. So if you're going to come here, you can say hello. Say hello. This fat cat. If it's high value, you need to focus on all of the different areas of the funnel, because that's just where people often go wrong, and that's why people often think that you know, the ads don't work, basically. Another tip is use video to your advantage, because video ad campaigns are super cheap. You only actually have to pay when people like listen for a certain amount of time. You can set it so that you only pay when people listen for at least 15 seconds, which is a lot, by the way. The industry average is now, I think it's 8 seconds now that people watch. Like, and if you meet 8 seconds with people watching your videos, then you're doing good, basically. And that's ridiculous, isn't it? Because come on, we're turning into goldfish. But you only pay when they do watch 15 seconds, which means they're super engaged, which means you can then retarget. You can reach back out to those exact same people who were engaged in that exact video, so you know exactly what they've listened to and watched and read. And so that's like just a really good way to do it, especially if you're starting out. So you don't need to put a lot of money on it. You could put £5 on a day and reach thousands of people, and then you've already got a warm audience like that who you could then show your lead magnet, your 5-day challenge, your whatever to, and you're gonna have such higher chances of them converting than if it were just a cold audience. And the other biggie I'm gonna say, and a lot of people don't know this. I thought it was more common knowledge, but it's really not apparently. Is don't run conversion campaigns unless you've had the tracking set up on your website and you've had like at least 100 sales, like conversions on that. So if it's a lead magnet, make sure you've already had at least 100 organic signups, and if it's a purchases, like actual like sales, then make sure you've actually had more than 100 sales, because otherwise Facebook doesn't know what to optimize for. So people often just look at it and say conversions, like, oh, I want conversions, so they select conversions, and Facebook's like, what do you want, like, to convert? You haven't done anything, you haven't showed me what you want to happen, so how can Facebook predict the right people to put in your campaigns? So the way it works is when you're selecting what objective you want, so whether it's, you know, like reach, engagement, clicks, leads, conversions, catalog sales, whatever it is, the way Facebook works that out is so with engagement and stuff, Facebook already knows what engagement is, so you don't need to teach it anything. But with conversions and leads, it doesn't. It needs to know how hard it is to actually make that action happen, and then it needs to see what kind of people have done that in the past for you, and then what it does is it picks the people for your campaign out of a pot full of those kinds of people. So you couldn't, for example, run an engagement campaign and expect to get loads of conversions, because Facebook's just going to put your campaign in front of people who like to like stuff, literally, or send smileys or emojis or something. It's not going to put it in front of people who have a history of actually converting and getting into things and following things through. And it's crazy because I didn't even used to know that. I used to think I could outsmart Facebook and do things cheap by choosing cheaper objectives, and no, it doesn't work that way. But if you can't get those conversions organically, you do need to pick the wrong objective. So if you can't get those signups without running ads, then you need to run traffic ads, basically. And again, it's not ideal because Facebook would show your ads to people who like to click, and you can optimize it for people who either click or for people who view the landing page. So as long as you choose people who view the landing page, and as long as your landing page is good and your offer is good and it's clear, very, very clear from your ad what actions you want them to take, then you've got a good chance of getting those conversions, like lead conversions, from those traffic ads. And then once you've got enough of those conversions, you can then switch up to conversions ads, and then it'll just get cheaper and cheaper after that, because Facebook will really understand what you're doing. So yeah, that's probably like the number one tip that I would want. If I could just give you one tip, I think that would basically be it. So yeah, that was I feel like I've got through that way too quickly. That was all I actually had on my notes for today. That was it to that. So I hope everyone has sort of followed that okay. Do let me know if you've got any questions, if anything's not clear, if I've like just rambled on way too much and gone, let me know. But also, just to let you know, I am actually running a free 5-day challenge, Run Facebook Ads the Right Way, which starts on Monday the June. Doors close next Friday. And basically during that challenge, I will work with you to show you how to know if Facebook ads are right for you. We go in depth though, and it'll be with you rather than just me talking to a camera. And then choose the right objectives for you. We'll be working on your audiences you're targeting, and you'll actually be shown how to set up a campaign from scratch, so the whole thing. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's also my first one as well, Michelle, so we're both doing our first ever 5-day challenges, both starting on Monday after next, not this Monday, that would kill me I think. Yeah, so very, very excited. Obviously sales and Facebook ads work very well together. There's no point getting leads if you can't convert them on the phone, but what's the point in being good at sales if you can't get the leads? It's like a catch-22, isn't it? But yeah, I hope this has been helpful anyway. Do let me know again, if you watch on replay or if you've got any questions at all. Otherwise, I'm gonna go and attempt to feed my little one again. Hopefully he's not terrorizing my husband too much. But thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. And Jilly, I look forward to your live on my group as well. Much love.